Hello and welcome to AAA Reviews. I am reading through this book, Dr. Cornelius Van Helsing. Really cool. I love books like this with all these cool little features that you get. All the little hidden bits and the pop-up bits that you get throughout books. But that's not why I'm here today. Today I am reviewing some Van Helsing from the Universal movie, brought out on May 7th in 2004. So if you want to see more, then stick with this review. As always, please hit a like, please hit subscribe, please turn on notifications, and please share with your friends, because I really want this channel to grow and it's helping me. Thank you to all of you that are already subscribed. I really appreciate it. Been a really good week this week. So me and my wife Sarah, we had the baby reveal and we are having a boy. So we're going to have two boys because we've already got Alfie, of course. That's really cool. I've been collecting up more Toy Biz figures as I go along. I've got quite a lot of the series now. I've got completed, which is really cool, because after Halloween month I'll be going back to doing some more Toy Biz, you know, your X-Men, your Spider-Man. I've obviously already done so many series. If you haven't already, make sure you go back and check that out. Of course, I'll be bringing you all kinds of different other figure collections as well. But today, being as it's Halloween month, it's Van Helsing. So let's take a look at these Jakks Pacific Van Helsing figures. Okay, so Van Helsing 2004, loosely based on Dracula by Bram Stoker, well, Bram Stoker's Dracula and Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. If it's ever on TV, I always watch it, and the other day I watched it with Alfie because it's currently showing on Netflix, and it is sort of horror fantasy. It's perfectly fine. I mean, he's only 5 and he wasn't frightened by it or anything. He really enjoyed it. So let's start with Anna Valerious, who was played by, of course, Kate Beckinsale. A really cool figure with sword slashing action. So these figures do come with little gimmicks. Awesome. She comes with some really good accessories there. Some swords, some guns. Absolutely cool. She was really badass in the film. There's lots, if we get in close to this figure, there's lots of detail on this figure. She is really cool, I think. Looks just like her counterpart from the movie, and a definite one that you'll want to add to your collection if you're collecting these, or if you're thinking about collecting these. But I will say these figures don't come up very often. I've struggled to get them all, but they are really cool. Next up, we've got the Wolfman, played by Will Kemp. Really cool figure. This one slots into this one and he transforms into the Wolfman. So that's kind of like the gimmick. I forgot to mention these are 4.75 inches, these figures. Not the wolf himself, he's going to be larger, but the actual characters like the Wolfman and obviously Anna. So this was, trying to remember his name, Velkan Valerious, I believe. Yes, Velkan Valerious. He was the brother to Anna Valerious in the film. Yeah, and another really cool figure. Next up, we have another Velkan. This one comes with this really cool chair, a bit like in the movie. Now this is interesting because I do have, which I'll show you at the end, the big play set to these figures. And these different parts that go with these deluxe figures, they all make up that big play set at the end. So I'll show you on the back what we've got. You've got this big play set here, which I'll be showing you in a short while, and then you, with the deluxe figures, the 4 deluxe figures, you get a different accessory. I'm waiting because I've got Dracula on the way, but sadly I didn't get him in time for this video, but they all make up and add in to this playset, making the playset so much more. So there we are, there is Velkan, pretty good condition. Next up, we've got Frankenstein's monster, a big part of the movie, and he was played by Shirley Hensley. A really cool character. Now this is the deluxe one with ice block playset. As you can see there on this picture on the front, he goes in. Let's take a really good look at this figure. He has got loads of cool detail. He's really detailed. They've gone to a lot of effort with this one, like they did with the Anna. Really cool looking fig. Just really smart. So this one and this one, these two would go with the play set. In fact, I'll do the play set next actually, so we can take a look at what that, because I don't have any more of the figures. I still don't have the 4.75 inch Van Helsing. The Dracula is on its way because I managed to grab one this week, and trust me, I've been looking for like a year. That's toy hunting for you though, so I'm always on the look. So let's get this play set on the go. So here is the play set that I'm referring to. 2 feet tall. Sadly, my box is all smashed up, but this is quite a rare play set. It's like hardly ever comes up on your big selling site, eBay, or even in some of the toy groups I'm in. You hardly ever see any of this stuff. It is so rare. Lots of cool features. You can have Dracula walking up walls. But here's the coffin. So that coffin there that you see on the box comes with the Dracula. It doesn't come with the playset. Now if I spin this around so we can get a good look, here are the 4 deluxe figures that you need to collect to go with the playset. I have 3 of the 4. One's on his way. I obviously have Velkan, and I have Frankenstein's monster with his bit, but I don't have Van Helsing as of yet. It's going to be very difficult, but a really cool playset. Now there's lots of characters we didn't get, so I'll mention the ones we didn't get in this series and set, and there was only 1 series of these figures. We didn't get Igor, who was played by Kevin Connor. We didn't get Miss Dr. Henry Jekyll, you know, Jekyll and Hyde. We didn't get him, who was played by Robbie Coltrane, and also Stephen Fisher when he transforms. That's Stephen Fisher you see falling from the building. We also didn't get the assistant Carl, who was played by David Wenham, and we didn't get any of the Dracula's brides. But what we did get, we got some really cool figures of. Then we've got the 12-inch figures, and these are absolutely outstanding. I mean, these would look great on display anywhere. This is the Frankenstein monster. Really, really cool, and he has a glowing heart chamber. Now, I don't know if that's going to work because the batteries have been left in. Sadly, the box on this one's pretty damaged. At the top, it's got lots of damage to it. But what I'm going to do for this video, I am going to open him up very carefully because he's only wired in, and I can put him all back again afterwards. And I'm going to take a look and see if that glowing heart chamber works. So let's take a look at that. So here we have Frankenstein. Let's take a look at him. We've taken him out of the box. Now there is a plastic wrapping over his head because you can reveal his brain. But I'm not going to be taking that off because I like to keep these complete. And he's going to go back in his box. And there were so many wires holding him in. It was a nightmare. But that's off camera. You didn't see that. And of course we've got this glowing chest. Now does it work? 2004. I've never tried it. Oh yes, it's still working. I will probably remove the batteries now because I'd rather they not leak inside. But look at the detail, his body sort of, that looks like his body's been ripped open. It looks like you could just pull it apart. It's so well done, so well detailed. There is articulation in the arms, really cool. So he's posable, he stands really easy. Really awesome figure. There's articulation in the knees. There's some articulation in the waist. Let's take a look at this. It's got like a really cool sort of leg brace. Just really cool looking figure. There's a little battery compartment there. Awesome fig. Really cool. I think these 12-inch are absolutely amazing. These 12-inch figures are absolutely fantastic. I mean, with our Halloween scene here, I mean, we used this last week for Beetlejuice, but look, he would just fit in quite happily there in amongst all this horror stuff. So yeah, really cool fig. So I've just finished re-wrapping Frankenstein. You get this little plastic tab, you'll probably be able to see that was in between the batteries. I have taken the batteries out because they were starting to erode. I always like to keep my figures sealed, but when they come in a box like this, I mean, that was an absolute nuisance. Look how much these things, they're always on toys, you get loads of them out. But whenever they're in a box, just a pro tip, if you can take them out carefully and put them back in, take out batteries and things, because over the years they will corrode and they will just ruin the toy. And because these are, you're able to just take a bit of tape off the top, pop them out, take them out and what have you, and then put them back, as opposed to the sealed shut plastic ones. it is always best to take the batteries out. Next up, we've got the 12-inch Dracula Beast. When he transforms into Dracula Beast like he does in the movie, he was played by Richard Roxburgh. A really cool figure. Let's take a look at him in the box. This one is an absolute beast, and he comes with these giant wings that fold out, that extend. It says extend, I guess 18. Let's have a look. We're gonna have to take him out and have a look at this one, I think, and see what he looks like. So here he is out the box. The size of the wings, he is really heavy, and the wings are really weighty. So I tried to counterbalance him by putting his arms out in front of him. This one, I would say you'd have to blue tack the feet, but we can have a really good look. I mean, look at the size of this thing. It's absolutely huge. It's just really, really big. Really awesome. Look at those detail in the mouth. Just absolutely, that is absolutely a phenomenal figure. I could only find one example being sold at the moment, and it was selling for something like £85 UK pounds. So a really, really cool figure. Difficult to get hold of, very rare. All of this Van Helsing stuff is extremely rare, doesn't come up very often, but that is absolutely fantastic. Just for reference, if you do pop these wings in, they're those sort of lugs that once they go into the hoe, they won't come back out again. They're permanently stuck. So when I did this for video purposes, I didn't push these wings all the way in, because once you do, you will not be able to get them back out. Next up, we've got Van Helsing, played by Hugh Jackman, of course, and he comes with his spinning Tojo blades, the ones he uses to chop off Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde's arm, and also he uses them to cut through underneath that bell in that first opening scene. So they're really cool weapon to have. We're going to unbox him, take a look at him, see what he's like. So rather than remove all the wires and everything that's on the back, and because I would have to unrobe him to get him out, because he's got all these wires that are actually attached inside, and I wouldn't be taking these weapons out because they're all sort of sealed in. But there you are, you can sort of get a good look at what the Hugh Jackman is like out of the box. He is really, really cool, mint looking Hugh Jackman, Van Helsing, fantastic fig, and comes from some strange instructions which I'm going to share with you. Please try following to ease insertion removal of boot. Some obviously kids pull boots off. I guess it's because it's wired in and you've got to try and take the boots off and then put them back on again. So I'm not going to pull all that out now. But yeah, there he is, Van Helsing. Okay, so as far as I can tell, of the 12-inch, you didn't get a Wolfman, which is a shame. There's certainly nothing showing on the backs of any of the boxes of a 12-inch Wolfman. This one is absolutely amazing, lucky and everything else, but he's more display than play, I would say, because it does say ages 8 and up. But once those wings are clipped in, which I didn't clip them all the way in, they would be extremely difficult to remove. This one's got that really cool light up feature, as we know, and the brain lifts off, but I just didn't take the plastic off. And he is really cool, Van Helsing. The only thing I would say that is missing really that it could have added was his hat, because it's iconic with Van Helsing. You don't get a hat with that figure. Now on the backs of these here, I can show you, there is this is the 4.75 inch basic Van Helsing figure. You can get a basic Dracula Beast as well, and a Dracula with flying feature. So these are the basic ones, and then you've got the deluxe ones, which other than Van Helsing himself, I have all 3 of the monsters. Like I say, I'm still waiting on Dracula. And also on the back of this box, we get to see there is a Frankenstein monster basic figure, a Dracula with ballroom scene disguise. So they were more figures that you could get. But that's it. That's all of the series of Van Helsing that I have and you can get. There is also a monster playset, another monster playset, and I don't know where I saw it. I may have saw it on eBay or somewhere like that, and it was like a chair with gunk and guns that go on, but I haven't got, there isn't an example of it on any of the backs of any of the boxes, unfortunately. They all sort of show the same sort of stuff. But there you are. That is my video on Van Helsing. Let me know in the comments if you've got any of these, because it'd be really interesting to see if you've got anything of this or any of the different stuff. I do know they did some sort of pots of slime with body parts in. I know that they did them as well as like a little extra little novelty thing that came with these, but that's not shown on these boxes either. So there you are. That is the Van Helsing Jakks Pacific toy line. Sadly, I don't have them all, and that Dracula hasn't arrived yet. But what I'll do when he comes on my next video, I'll probably next week, I'll just pop him up quickly to show you guys that one. Let me know in the comments what you think of this toy line. Do you have any? Is it something you completely missed? What do you think of the film? Anything. Love to hear from you guys. Love to have feedback from you in the comments. I really appreciate it. And as always, good luck searching for that toy goat.